week passed and they didn't go back to Kim house. He was in his apartment. He stopped going to university. He and Jungkook used to spend a lot of time together. Jungkook was with there most of the time, and when Jeon house only slept. Jungkook, who was under complete their control, there was madly in love with Jungkook. Jungkook is there addicted. There is Jungkook addicted. They are living like a perfect couple. Oldie would go straight from the office to their apartment, and then, after eating, they would both walk on the street, humming and dancing, holding hands. This was all new to Jungkook. At the age of 44, he would wake up and feel like a 23-year-old again. People used to look at them strangely. There was a difference in their ages. Jungkook is sometimes embarrassed by the age difference, but they didn't care, and their boldness changed him. Now he kissed their outside. Sometimes simple kiss turned to possessive kiss, and then possessive kiss turned to make out session, and make out session turned to make a love. Outside kiss make them more happy. And Jungkook, he was living again. He was falling in love again. But this love was different. There was a want in this love. He wanted to get the beloved. There was a desire. There was a fear of losing, and this love was his first love. Zoe love was his responsibility. He got married cause his father. After Gia's birth, he started love Zoe. Gia was the reason he fell in love with Zoe, but he fell in love with Tae for the first sight. They both used to watch movies at night. They were capture the moment in pictures. They are in love. They forgets all limits in love. All these they are keeping in thoughts, in hearts, looking into each other's eyes, lost into each other's eyes, smile and then close the gap. They are all captured the moment. This moment was not to be returned again, so they are living every single moment. Jungkook left his clothes and toothbrush at their house. He used to spend a lot of time in this house. Every corner of this apartment had their loving moments. Taehyung would strum the guitar under the starry night, and Jungkook would hold him in his arm and close his eyes as he listened to the song, smiling and singing along. They had brought him back to life. He was now out of the files. They both sing. Jungkook felt ashamed, but there was his safe place. It was an open book in front of him and increased the beautiful bridge of love. Moments are precious. These moments are in assets for both of them. Jungkook lay beside there. He patted their head. You remember, they was surprised by what Namjoon said on that day. They hated Namjoon, but he never touched him. He always controlled his anger and bear the pain. He believed that he did wrong to his father, but as his illegal brother who proved his love for him in front of his father, as soon as his father died, his illegal brother showed his real face. This made him hate his illegal brother more. Jimin was also surprised by Namjoon's lie. He respected Namjoon, but now he was understand that maybe they was right. And Jungkook, remember when he brought there with him to the apartment, they cried all night. He cried and said that he never tried to kill Namjoon, and today he attacked Namjoon. Everything happened out of anger. Jungkook was very sad for that. What was happening there didn't deserve all this. They deserve to be happy. He found there to be a soft-hearted, sensitive person. He found there to be a lively person. There was a caring person. He saw there crying in those few months. He found there a lonely person living in pain. Even with so many people, he was alone. And it's hurt Jungkook. They love him like crazy, and Jungkook was proud of his luck. Jungkook thought he was the only lonely person in this world, but loving Tae, live with Tae, he realized that Tae is more lonely than him. Tae was sleeping. Jungkook was staring him continuously. He kissed their hand and made a promise. No matter what happened, he will never leave this innocent angel alone. But will it really happen? Time will tell. No more hide. He can do anything for me. His love is psycho. So I also love him and I can do anything for him because my love also is psycho. Dad, you already ate again? Jia, who was waiting for her father. Sorry, princess. It's your daily routine, Dad. Jungkook didn't like her sad face. We will have a dinner tomorrow, princess, I promise. Jia saw this and spoke. Dad, you are hiding something? I? No. I feel Dad. He cut Jungkook's face. Tell me, Dad, what happened? Jungkook looked at Jia. Jia, now the time had come and he could not hide the truth. So he took a deep breath. I know what I did was wrong, but my daughter, I could not stop my heart. What are you talking about, Dad? Gia, I like someone. Gia eyes big with happiness. Oh God, Dad, that what I wanted. Who is that lucky person? Who is my future mother? Gia, first promise me you will hate me. Whoever I am your father. I raise you alone. Dad, please, you trust me. He took a deep breath again. I look him for 5 years ago. Him, Dad? Yes, him. He is a boy. Gia did not react. So Jungkook began. He also liked me for 5 years. He smiled. And his love gave me courage, changed me, brought me back to the life. Gia was still silent. His eyes, his smile, his words, all unique, all different. He is not human. He is angel, but a psycho angel. Gia, he says it himself. He is a psycho. And I remember he used to say to me that, pray for me all day. I don't love him. Otherwise, my psycho love will make him his own. And so it happened, Gia. His psycho love took me with him. I forgot that he and I are two different eras, different thinking, different mindset. I forget that he is a kid. I only remember that he is my first love. Gia kept looking at him. But Dad, your first love was mother. I thought same, Gia. But she was my wife, then your mother, and then love. But he is my first love. Who is he, Dad? Hearing this question, Cook looked at her. I will tell you everything today. You are my daughter. You have every right. Gia smiled. Cook looked outside the window. When your mother and grandfathers left me in this world and went to the distant sky, so she took my happiness, my peace, my world with her. You are small. She left your responsibility on my weak shoulders. Only I know how difficult that time was for me. He closed his eyes. When three burned bodies are in front of me and there was no one to take care of me, everyone left, leaving me alone. They left me in big house with your responsibility. They all thought I was very strong, but I was actually weak. But it was important for me to take care of you. He smiled. When I was young, I was just like you. Hate sport and love games. They both smiled. When I was your age, I used to play football whole day. Dad always scolded me, but I didn't care about anyone. But when I turned 23, I got to marry your mother. It's not that I regret marrying your mother. I'm very lucky to be married to your mother. Yes, in the beginning, I was very angry with my father. How can he fix my married a businessman daughter without my permission? But then, with time, I understood. I understood and starting to be happy. I left childish behavior and focused on business. Gia was crying. He turned. I remember. I remember when you are born. These teeny hands. He held Gia's hand. That smiling face. I remember the first time you called me Dad. Zoe and I are so happy that day. We had a big party the day you start walking. And your first birthday? You painted your face with cake. She smiled. I raise you as both mother and father. Try you never miss your mother, brother, friends. I become a father and took every form for you. You also made me a bride and painted my nails too. I remember it all. My daughter is my world. They both are smiling. But Gia, there are times in life when you have to make a decision for your heart. In front of your heart, sometimes you are forced, like I was. What do you want to say, Dad? My brave daughter, I tried. I tried so hard. Stopped myself. I closed the door of my heart. Learned to live with memories of your mother. But this heart was not in my hands, Gia. Despite my best effort, and became his. I do not know the punishment of this sin. All I know is that I fall in love.